Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and we can finally get some fresh air once again as we climb up this pipe back to back. I always thought this was really cool, if I didn't mention it last time. But yeah, pretty awesome. Another one of these, skipping it. Aha! Good job, me. I am proud of past me. And let's go ahead and go find that beanstar, except not, because we're being attacked by a squid woman thing. I don't even know what these things are supposed to be. It's never really explained what these species are even supposed to be. They're just fangirls in bikinis. And yeah, talking about Hermie and a bean thing. That's our bean thing. We've been searching for that bean thing for an entire episode now. And it looks like we're still not going to get it because a guy named Hermie has it. So now we have to go and find this Hermie in order to get the bean thing. Or star. Yeah, the bean star. And that was humorous. I don't think they want to be wicked sunburned. So, yeah, now that we're back in controller once again, let's try going here once again. And indeed it works. So let's go ahead on up here. There's one of those random blocks that I hate. Another save room. You want to make sure you have 200 coins. If you've been fighting everything and getting most, if not all, of the item boxes, you should have plenty. Because really, you'll get like thousands and thousands of coins, but throughout the game you'll only end up spending about 2,000. There isn't quite the excess of coins, basically. And if you don't have enough, I suppose you can go back underwater and fight enemies and grind up till you have 200. And this isn't just like a massage just for the heck of it, you actually have to do this, because we will get powered up for the final time. And here we have mysterious jellyfish women. At least you can tell that these are somewhat jellyfish. I mean, they're made out of jelly. And yeah, it's just very, very odd. So we just have to deal with it. And after an entire 15-part adventure, you'd think that their hands would be a little tired. From what is the question. However, probably swinging their hammer and whatnot. And kind of lighting things on fire / electricity. And apparently Mario accidentally lit his hand on fire while he was asleep. So I guess that could kind of be a bad thing. And yeah, same with Luigi except with lightning. So they're all surprised that we've mastered the lightning and fire techniques. And yeah, we're kind of the main men of the game, the main characters, whatnot. And they're talking about our hand powers. It's kind of... well, special hand. I never questioned this before. Wow. See, one thing about doing Let's Plays is that you just read things, not focused on the gameplay or anything. And especially with post-commentary, you just see things that you probably shouldn't have seen and come to conclusions that you really shouldn't have come to. And for once Luigi's going first, that's amazing. Thunder. So, we have a new hand power, this one's from the back, and yay, the thunder was so mighty it made the screen flash. That won't happen all the time, in fact it's just for this little tutorial thing, at least I'm pretty sure not. When you're about to explode, press the B button. And now we can basically move without turning. So it's kind of simple. There's very minimal puzzles with these actually. It's just basically this whole area that we're in right now to get the bean star. And then little bits and pieces here and there, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, it's kind of late for a new power. Not very. It's not like... I'm trying to think of an example. I've never played this game, but I know it from Chugga Conroy's Let's Play. That's 2 episodes in a row where I mentioned Chugga Conroy, good god. But Chugga Conroy's Let's Play of Okami, I know it from this, where you get a new power in like the first, I don't know, in the last 5 or 10 episodes or so. I think it was the ice thing. perhaps. So yeah, it's not that late. I mean, we're about, let's see here, let me do math for a second. It's taking longer than a second. Well, if I stopped talking for a minute and was able to concentrate, I could figure this out. However, I've yet to shut up. Okay, so... we are about 3/5 of the way through the game, I'd say. A little less, a little more. So we're 60% through the game now. So yeah, not that late. However, considering how quickly this game goes, especially with how I play it, which is going quickly, it really is pretty late in the game. And we can run into a boulder, and there's no repercussions whatsoever. I mean, Luigi just kind of slammed into a boulder, and moved it at that. Basically, Mario uses Luigi as a human shield as he charges forward recklessly into such things as boulders and later on gigantic Koopas. You might have seen a gigantic Koopa earlier. Well, yes. Now we can finally get rid of them. We saw him back in like part 6 or so in Chucklehuck Woods, and 10 parts later we can finally get rid of them. Well, knock them over and go where they're blocking, and, well... yeah, we're going to have to pay quite a bit of money. However, we could get the 2 Pearl Beans instead. And when I first read that, I was like, oh god, I do not have nearly that amount of money. And I'm not even sure if you can hold that amount of money. I mean, it kind of shows that you only have 4 slots for numbers in your money, so the most you can carry is 9,999. Yes, I know, it's over 9,000 Smash. So I don't think you can even hold 100,000. So you just kind of have to deal with this. And do the 2 Pearl Beans. Honestly, it's really easy. They're mainly just introducing you to the many different obstacles that you could possibly face while using these hand powers. And let me tell you, the game absolutely... yay, Mario is like sitting on top of Luigi's face for a second there. Wish I had shown it for longer, but oh well. But they're basically just showing you all the obstacles that you can get past. There's 2 possible things for each one. One of them are those rolling spike things, which will be different for the fire and the lightning power depending on what you're using. And one special one that you'll have to get to. For instance, the special one was the Boo statue, which I actually really like, because it works just like a regular Boo. If you're looking at it, it'll disappear, and if you're not looking at it, it will stay there. So all you need to do is not look at it when you run into it and switch it on. So you use the power-up to not turn around, and yeah. And for these guys, you just ram into the Koopas, which we saw a second ago, and then you will get past them. I used to be really good at this. I used to like know the time exactly, but it seems like I do really poorly in this area. And now Luigi is standing on Mario's face. Showed it that time, yay. So we got the green and the red Pearl Bean, so now we don't have to pay an ungodly amount of coins. I don't even know how much those are worth, but apparently they're worth at least 50,000 each, if it was able to pay for a $100,000 lesson. Well, then again, that, not dollar, but coin. However, that might not have been a $100,000 coin lesson, because they could have just lied about it and said like, oh hey, you have to pay this much, or you could easily get these 2 things, and they just made it some super high amounts to make you go and do the other thing. Because in this economy, you cannot afford to pay 100,000 coins. And how annoying it would be paying coins, I mean, you'd have to count all that up. Anyways, we have elite Troopas here. They're exactly like their blue brethren, except a little faster, and they can also revive their fallen teammates, so they can get kind of annoying with that. And also, they're not Troopas, they're Troopies. Apparently that little flower on top of their head makes them otherwise. They can only heal up to 20 HP, but the main annoying thing is the fact that they can bring back their party members. And see, this battle took twice as long, just because they could revive each other. So they get kind of annoying in that sense. Yeah. And you couldn't have progressed through here earlier because of the gigantic turtle guys, so you have to go and do that massage thing. For whatever reason, the charging sound continues on even after you bust through the Koopa guy. So it's weird. I think that was a little thing that they didn't really think of / didn't fix. And here we have another new enemy, not the Cheep Cheeps. We've fought those guys before. Rather easy enemies. However, we have the Mecha Blooper, who, like the guy on the pillow, the red squid thing on the pillow, it counterattacks. However, it counterattacks just the way it normally attacks. It just shoots any amount of bullet bills, providing it has any, and will then, well, basically, yeah, right here, it shoots bullet bills at you, just like its regular attack. And you dodge it just by jumping over the bullets, or, jumping on them, because apparently you can jump on a bullet, and there will be no bad things whatsoever. And then when he's all out of 5, he won't counterattack when you hit him. However, don't worry about the counterattacks, it's not that bad in the slightest. But you can't hit him normally, and he'll have to waste his turn reloading. And there was a 5 in there, and I got a 2. Seriously, by now I'd have like 70 HP. My rolls are absolutely abysmal this run. Well, I guess it's making it somewhat interesting, / making things longer, and therefore not being as interesting. I'm going to raise Luigi's BP just because, and I got a 3. That's okay. That's like, that should be the average, or the lowest that you get, if you're doing this right. I mean, you should get 4s and 5s often, if you can time it right. However, 3s are okay, but they're the minimal. Do not accept 1s or 2s. That doesn't mean reset your game if you get a 1 or a 2 on the level up. It really doesn't matter that much. Just know that it's entirely possible to get better. And also, how do I even get that? I have no idea. Or maybe I figure it out. Well, apparently it does not involve just using that cyclone to get across. Oh! Duh, I swim over. We can kind of swim underwater. That's amazing, it's a new concept. Actually, the way that you swim in this is kind of interesting. I like it. So yeah, we went through that short little underwater area to go on up and, well, get into the main area of this area. Basically the hub, if you will. However, we are still not there yet. We have yet another one of these puzzles. So we'll switch on over and go ahead and electrocute Mario because you can. So let's try. You also want to make sure you time this pretty well too, because if the power-up runs out halfway through, you're kind of screwed. So just be careful. Okay, timing. Nope, missed it. Wow, okay. Trying again. Luigi looks like he's in so much pain. My god, we have more elite troopies. There we go, there's him. We have more beans here, of course. They are chuckle beans for whatever reason, even though we're in a more of an oh-ho oasis. Honestly, I think they could have put in a oh-ho bean, or a ho-ho bean, or something like that, for the place where we learn the hand power-up and basically the beach areas. Because there are numbers of them, and we should remember these guys from the desert. They are unchanged, or they might have higher HP and attack. Although probably not, but otherwise, no difference. The Boomerang Bro, on the other hand, looks much different from its Super Mario Bros. 3 counterpart, which is a lot taller. But it can throw its boomerang in multiple different combinations. It can go between the two bros and you have to jump over it, or it could throw it at a bro and then it'll go up and around over the brother. And then at that point you won't want to jump. So just watch the boomerang and jump over it as necessary. Oh, they're so close to a 5 and I got a 2. What is this? And there are some black rocks over there. So technically we didn't get our last power-up. However, we are close to it. We got our last button power-up where you have to... Otherwise it's just a power-up to the hammer, obviously, because we can't break black rocks yet. And you could go do that if you want, and we are finally in the main hub of this area. And there's a save block over there, however, basically for this area we have to press 3 buttons in order to create a path to the boss. And there are different branching paths in the way that we get to these buttons. It's kind of like Chuckle Huck Woods, except we're not picking up fruits, we're just pressing buttons. Which is, I think, all 3 times this thing right here. This little blue statue. So it'll go back here, move that up, there's our save block, and that's pretty much it.